Okay. All right. I'm trying to think of where to start. So, for those of you who don't know, Activision Blizzard is being sued by the state of California, and for a good reason. Activision Blizzard is being sued by California over widespread harassment of women. And it's bad. It's worse than like I thought it was gonna be. Basically, so the first thing I want to talk about is how women are treated unfairly in the workplace. Women can do work just as good as the men, even do better than some of the men in the workplace, and still not get promoted and deserve promotions. This is very common in a lot of companies. It's fucked up. Here in the gaming world, women are especially fucked over, and there's a lot of misogyny. You would think in a community where people act like they're really peaceful, but apparently fucking not. The gaming community is full of just a bunch of degenerates. I'm sorry, I'm not talking about everybody, okay? Let me clarify. I really do enjoy a few of the games that Activision makes. And I don't know, it's disappointing learning more and more about the companies that make the games that I enjoy and how they treat their employees. I mean, obviously, they're about to get fucking sued. That's the fucking least that can happen. I'm gonna bring up a few articles so you guys can see for yourself. So, here's an article. Activision Blizzard is being sued by the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing over a frat boy workplace culture that it alleges has led to years of harassment and abuse targeting the women in its workforce. In the office, women are subjected to cube crawls in which male employees drink copious amounts of alcohol as they crawl their way through various cubicles in the office and often engage in inappropriate behavior towards female employees. Male employees proudly come into work hungover, play video games for long periods of time during work while delegating their responsibilities to female employees, engage in banter about their sexual encounters, talk openly about female bodies, and joke about rape. They're straight up drinking on the job. This should not be allowed. I mean, what the fuck? Their leadership is fucked up. It does start there. They just turned a fucking blind eye to this shit. Imagine going to work fucked up or getting fucked up at work and it just being okay. It says they proudly come into work hungover and play video games. Get to fucking making them while delegating their responsibilities to female employees. Does that mean, if I'm reading that right, they are not doing their work and making the female employees do their work while they're hungover and playing video games? Excuse the fuck out of me. What is this? Female employees are subjected to constant sexual harassment, including having to continually fend off unwanted sexual comments and advances by their male coworkers, supervisors, and being groped at the cube crawls and other company events. High-ranking executives and creators engaged in blatant sexual harassment without repercussions, meaning someone has had a complaint and it has been ignored. Someone has tried to do the right thing and bring attention to this, and it has been ignored. Tragic example: a female employee committed suicide during a business trip with male supervisors who had brought butt plugs and lubricant with him on the trip. Was this related to her? Female employees were treated negatively due to their pregnancies. What? Supervisors ignored medical restrictions given to female employees and gave them negative evaluations while they were out on maternity leave. Other female employees reported that they were criticized for leaving to pick up their children from daycare while their male counterparts were playing video games, and female employees were kicked out of lactation rooms so employees could use the room for meetings. What the fuck? Women of color were where women of color were particularly, I suck at saying this. I'm just gonna give up on saying particularly. Were vulnerable targets of discriminatory practices. God damn it! An African American employee noted that it took her 2 years to be made into a permanent employee, while men hired after her were made permanent employees. She was also micromanaged, such as her male coworkers were known to be playing video games without any intervention by her supervisor. So basically, she was checked on if she would just go for a fucking walk, but meanwhile, a bunch of guys were just able to play games. Sounds about right. When she requested time off work, her manager made her write a one-page summary of how she would spend the time off when no one else had to do any write-up. That's bullshit. Basically giving fucking school assignments. The suit also accuses Blizzard of failing to act on numerous complaints concerning harassment, discrimination, and retaliation from male colleagues over those complaints. Employees affected were further discouraged from complaining as human resource personnel were known to be close to alleged harassers. That's so fucked up. Oh my god. So basically HR was fucking useless if you try to do shit by the book and complain about things. It got you nowhere except for harass more because HR was close to the people who were harassing. No conflict of interest, no favoritism. So they want to force Activision Blizzard to not only begin complying with the state workplace laws, but address unpaid wages, pay adjustments, back pay, and lost wages and benefits for female employees. There's no way it's not gonna happen. I mean, there's no way they're gonna fucking win this lawsuit. There's no way that Blizzard is gonna fucking come out of this on top. HR defending supervisors is kind of like DAs refusing to charge cop. It is 100% favoritism. Okay, Activision released a statement. There's no place in our company for sexual misconduct or harassment of any kind. They take it all seriously and investigate all claims. Yeah, okay. They were required by law to adequately investigate and have good faith discussions with us to better understand and resolve any claims or concerns before going to litigation, but they failed to do so. Instead, they rushed to file an inaccurate complaint, as we will demonstrate in court. We are sickened by the reprehensible conduct of the DFEH to drag into the complaint of tragic suicide of an employee whose passing has no bearing whatsoever on this case and with no regard for her grieving family. While we find this behavior to be disgraceful and unprofessional, it is unfortunately an example of how they have conducted themselves throughout the course of their investigation. Unaccountable state bureaucrats that are driving many of the state's best businesses out of California. So they're basically saying like they take no responsibility, I guess, for how women are treated in that sense. That's disgusting. So if this shit is not true, it will be proven that it's not true, okay? I'm pretty sure it seems to be the truth. I mean, yeah, it is like Gamergate. A female employee noted that random male employees would approach her on the defendant's work site and comment on her breast. Female employees working for the World of Warcraft team noted that male employees and supervisors would hit on them, make derogatory comments about rape, and otherwise engage in demeaning behavior. This behavior was known to supervisors and indeed encouraged by them, including male supervisor openly encouraging a male subordinate to buy a prostitute to cure his bad mood. Ooh, God. This guy would hit on employees, telling him he wanted to marry them, attempting to kiss them, and putting his arms around them in plain view of other male employees, including supervisors who had to intervene to pull him off of female employees. So people had to pull this guy's ass off? What the fuck? That's absolutely disgusting. Instead of having to have employees that you have to pull off of other employees, how about fire them? It's crazy. Like, this shit can happen. They still keep their jobs. You have to pull someone off. You are a co-worker having to pull another co-worker off, and they still keep that shit around. Oh, he was just drunk. No, I don't get, like, people make the most fucked up excuses for this kind of shit to protect their friends. Fire their ass. I don't care how big of an asset they are to a company. You would think that they would cover their ass and be like, hey, this is a problem. Let's get rid of their ass. I'm not surprised. With all the other gaming companies that shits came out about, I'm not surprised, honestly. If it is bullshit, then we will find out. But at the same time, I'm sure that they have substantial proof on this to be able to take it to court. I'm sure they do. In a work environment where there's not very much professionalism and it's a fucking party going on like that, it seems very possible. It does. Well, okay, you say it's not to protect their friends. In California, it's really hard to fire someone without being sued for wrongful termination, so they have to go through steps to remove the guy. So the thing I think where they're close, I would believe maybe it's so unprofessional and the fact they're all in cahoots that everybody's got dirt on everybody. So if you fucking terminate one guy, you've got to worry about that guy ratting the rest of the guys out. That's what I would imagine. Does that make sense? Sexual harassment is a one fucking strike deal, in my opinion. If I found out an employee was touching another employee against their will, that's done. That's fucking over with. Gone. You don't get a second chance. Because you should know to keep your fucking hands to your fucking self. Ew. I also want to say something. I also would like to say something. There are a lot of people upset with streamers and people within the company that are women that are still in the company, expecting them to just up and quit their jobs or uproot their streaming careers based on WoW and other Activision Blizzard games. And that's unreasonable to ask for when it's someone's livelihood. I saw another YouTuber also mention this point, and yeah, just because someone still depends on the company doesn't mean you need to shit on them for it, because yeah, you shouldn't expect people to just get rid of their livelihood because the company is shitty. Hopefully the company learns how to not be shitty and takes all this serious, gets its shit together. That would be lit. I understand that people want people to abandon ship, but imagine being homeless. Thing is, the women that are still there, if possible, if there's a chance for things to change, and if they want to leave, that's within their rights. But if they decide they don't want to, and they want to try to be there, obviously shit's gonna change. Women shouldn't have to fucking run away from shit, you know? I mean, obviously if they want to, there's nothing wrong with that, but the problem is within the company, and the company needs to fix its shit. And if a woman in the company doesn't want to back down and she wants to see it through, that's up to her. And hopefully women are just treated better within the company. That would be great. People don't want to support the company. Personally, I don't want to. It makes me sad. Clearly, there's some fucked up shit going on. I think the people that are responsible for the issues that, you know, are sexually harassing others and having favoritism, those people need to be just kicked the fuck out. I could see a company having, you know, one or two bad apples, but the way it seems is that the whole company just has let this shit fly for a while. Allegedly. I have to say allegedly. The company should suffer, and I don't mean like just split the whole fucking company up, just dissolve the entire company. The company can't learn and grow, then yeah, fuck that company. But I'm saying that I hope that the pants get sued off of somebody. I hope that they financially suffer. I hope that the men who are doing this shit, I hope their careers are fucking over. The gaming communities are toxic, and that doesn't put people above being toxic just because they're the ones who make the games. Names need to be released, to be honest. That would be a good start. I think this needs to be on people's permanent records so that other companies see the liability that these male employees have. Take note of that and don't fucking hire them. I feel like we glazed by this part, guys. I feel like we glazed by this part. A person died. A person killed themselves because of the bad work environment. A bad work environment. People that are above her and co-workers spreading around her nudes at a company event. No, they should have no weigh-in on it. This shitty work environment where these shitty fucking employees, shitty supervisors, shitty whatever was able to flourish, and there was no second thought to, hey, maybe we shouldn't do this shit. Maybe we shouldn't share our coworker's nudes out and fucking harass her. They got away with it. Like, it was a non-issue. That's my personal take. I don't know. Do you guys think that much can be done about it? That's all I have to say about that. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, give me your honest opinion about it. I'm sure more will come out about it, and I'll try to update about that. We'll see.